first time I ever remembered to do that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the On the Contrary podcast. Last week I was by myself because of cancellations, but I'm not pointing fingers to anybody. My guest today is the man himself, the top Mr. Top Hat, Tats Nkonzo.
Well done, you figured your way around that intro.
I'm winging half of the shit, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you, Tats got dressed up for me. Shoes were taking it too far, but put on
What
a
does
shirt.
it see? What does it see? Does it see everything?
It sees up until here, so it's fine.
But I'm also at home.
Yeah, you're home. We're supposed to be comfortable.
Yes, I like that you get to see another shade.
Yeah, what a awesome man pride. that is the first thing I want to talk about. Like, would you consider yourself like a proud Xhosa man, or like are you indifferent to those politics?
Yo, so you wanna get deep straight away?
You gonna start with Corona?
No, I don't subscribe. You know what? I'm the kind of guy who's not big on labels.
Tribal identity.
Not even like, even the whole what's the other big one? What makes you South African? You know those conversations that people are trying to.
Where do you come from?
Where do you come from? So for me, it's like, if you are something, then you are it, and then it doesn't matter what people call you or don't call you.
Are you talking about identifying as
I'm just talking about like living, man. Like if I'm tall and I don't consider myself tall, but people like if I'm tall and I never think of myself as tall, but everyone when they look at me ascribe tallness to me.
Mm-hmm.
Am I tall or not tall? If I'm Xhosa
And you don't.
and I'm just living my life,
Yeah, okay, I feel you now.
what do people use? And I don't use those criteria. So it's almost like, okay, you name me, I'm good.
It's very easy to have this conversation when you use the jargon that was created by the whole gender identity thing. Just because they've created jargon on it.
Right,
But
right.
like,
What do you mean? I
really
don't understand.
Really, that struggle applies to all kinds of things. Same like me being a colored person.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm by myself, I don't feel colored. I don't think I'm behaving in a colored manner. I'm not, that type of thing. It's other people. It's when you're around other people when you become colored.
I'll be honest, I'm always surprised when I remember that you colored.
And that's like one of the nicest things you've ever
Like
seen.
you on stage, you'll be like, I grew up in Eldos, and I'm like, oh yeah.
I grew up in Soweto.
In Soweto, yeah, and when you say Soweto, it fucks me up completely.
Even more.
Yes.
So it's like there are no black people without white people.
Say that again, because
And what I mean by that is, if we are all black, there's no black. It takes that one different thing to come in for us to be able to divide each other once again. Do you get what I'm saying?
I'm following, yeah.
So it's like, it reminds me of like, have you heard of Smurf theory?
No.
They say that if we were all the same color, we would find the next best thing to divide ourselves
Right.
by.
Makes sense.
That's why stuff like tribalism, and I don't know where you stand on this, like tribalism, patriotism, racism, all those things for me is like the same thing.
Yes.
It's just we be dividing ourselves by a different thing.
Yes. We agree.
That's gonna be a short podcast.
I agree with everything Tobias just said.
It's funny because like a lot of people, maybe let me go into this.
Should I close the door? They're doing maintenance outside.
Sure. It's
So,
fine, guys. You're more comfortable.
welcome back to the show. Imagine I just took over your show.
Okay, we back. So like my thing was like when it's like cultures and tribes and all of that there. I think like when Africa was being colonized, we were made to feel like these tribes aren't in the same sentence with religion.
When you say Africa, that's very huge. My head doesn't know where to go.
Okay, let me say South Africa then.
Uh-huh.
So now you get like like a lot of people are like both Christian and Zulu, or both Christian and Pedi and all those things.
Oh, yes.
But like my thing is, you can only really be one. And the reason
Zulu
or
Christ,
or
like.
Christian. And for me, there's no right or wrong.
Uh-huh.
I'm not saying there's a right one, there's a wrong one. But like my thing was just like religion was given this thing like as a step up from your tribes and the stuff you believe in. That is like it was made a secondary thing.
What do you mean that? Because religion is Christianity is a religion, Zulu is a culture.
That's what they've made us believe, though.
So you're saying?
Like if you look at like the Jewish faith, the
Yes.
Jewish faith operates the way a tribe would,
Mm-hmm.
because you are born into that thing and that thing is passed on like through blood. Christianity is not necessarily passed on through blood, but like being Kosa,
Like
being
the blood of
Zulu.
Christ.
But it's like through word and being testified and being like convinced might be the wrong word, or converted or saved or whatever the case might be.
Mm-hmm.
But like in South African tribes, you are what your father was, type of a thing. Same with in
Traditionally, yes.
in Jewish culture, it's like you are what your mother was.
Right.
You don't need to have a take on that, on like tribalism versus religion and the clash, how that things clash.
I don't. I think religion is any religion. So you can. I think religion or spirituality is it can live anywhere. So you can be Pedi and a monk.
Okay.
You can be Zulu and Muslim. You can be Xhosa and a Jew. So I think religion is something that people can take on, and then obviously there'll be then the how do I now live?
Yeah.
Which is all of life. You know, if I'm Xhosa and now I want to, you know,
You want to slaughter.
I want to discover Islam.
Okay.
How then I have to navigate what that means.
So like what categorizes like a religion from a tribe? Because all these things really do is like on a very simplistic level.
Mm-hmm.
Is they tell you what to do when someone is born, they tell you what to do when you get married, and they tell you what to do when someone dies. That's like religion in a nutshell. And being Zulu, when you're Zulu, they say when someone is born, this is what we do. When someone gets married, this is what we do. When someone dies, this is what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Same with religion.
I don't agree.
Okay.
But not because those are just things. Those are you literally named 3 things that.
It's a super summary.
Yes, it's like you saying when Africa was colonized. that's how big these statements of yours are. So I don't disagree. I just need you to, in your simplification, because getting born is an event. Getting married is an event. Dying, for lack of a better word, is an event. But religion
True.
is applied from your waking moment to your sleeping moment. So it's not just those 3 things.
True, but like I've highlighted like 3 of probably the biggest events, and like culturally, like in Christianity or Islam and whatever, there's also culture. There's things that you do. It's a lifestyle that you live. We do this type of thing. We don't do this type of thing.
Right.
As a Christian, I do this. I don't do this. As a Zulu person, I do this. I don't do this. I just don't understand why African culture was made secondary to those things.
Oh, we were convinced you.
So that means I can be Jewish and Muslim at the same, or Jewish and Buddhist at the same time.
You saying that you can?
By that logic.
By my logic.
By the logic that you can be Zulu and Christian at the same time.
Yes. You saying you can be?
Jewish and Christian, for example.
Yes. Yes, you do have Jews for Jesus.
Serious?
Yes, it's a group of people who were Jewish and discovered that Jesus has come back,
Uh-huh.
and and they subscribe to Christianity, but they still observe
Like
Jewish tradition and culture, and even the Torah, which is just the Old Testament or books of the Old Testament. So
Oh, that's so cool, bro. I never realized that.
yeah, but the thing, life. I can't believe we're already talking life. I don't know. It's. I do know that we have, we like to, for our own sanity, we need to understand stuff.
So you're saying about life?
Measuring. I feel. Okay, you're gonna have to go with me on this.
Okay.
Is the enemy of man. Because we no longer accept just feeling our way through life.
Yeah.
And experiencing our way through life. It's quickly met with we need to understand our way through life. And that's where the messes come in.
Because you can feel like so great about something, and then someone who seems happier than you, then this thing of yours starts to feel so small.
Now you start going, and that's across the board, you know? Like, you know, you have moments when there's an undeniable energy in a room. If you had a concert or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like that band, that song, and everyone's in their experience, in their feels, right? And then when you snap out of it, you now start applying your mind. What happened? Oh, on stage, what happened? What are the factors that made that thing happen? And now you're here.
Yeah.
And you're no longer living in feel. You're now living in understanding and trying to articulate.
It has spoiled that experience for you for the rest of that thing ever happening.
Well,
because now you're gonna stop yourself the next time you start to feel the thing.
You haven't spoiled it. I wouldn't say you've spoiled it. You're trying to quantify it for whatever reason, whether it's you're trying to tell it to other people or rationalize it to yourself. But then what happens with that is we're going to get into an argument. Because the things that you think happen, I have another thing. But what we can't deny is what we felt. But we're not comfortable with just sitting in the...
Let's compare notes.
We felt it, eh? So that's where, for me, I've started to break away from it started off as a macro thing, and now it's definitely a personal thing where it's like I don't attach myself to labels because of that.
Yeah.
I don't attach myself to, what I have 2 kids. There's a label that comes with that.
Single dad.
Whatever it is. There's a label that comes with that, and if I subscribe to that stuff, it kind of controls me to a level. It kind of dictates how I should act. You know what I mean? I shouldn't be having wine. I shouldn't be smoking weed. My kid's room is back. You know what I mean? There's all sorts of things that labels come with that I'm just not willing to, sign on the dotted line. I'd rather just live and let people put those things on me. It's not always easy, but it's just how I've chosen to exist.
There's definitely a place I want to get to, hearing less what people think. But people, I'm very easily provoked. And I don't like it. And only when I get home, I'm like, yo, they got me again. They got me again.
The motherfuckers.
And it's my fault, bro. I should just get better at it. But I think you're too much.
Better at what, though?
At controlling myself. You get what I'm saying? External things will always happen. Mm-hmm. And someone will come left field and then you react to the thing. Then all of a sudden I'm now the center of that occurrence.
Mm.
So the example you made about experiencing things is when you're on stage, I think you do that to a crowd.
What's
that? Have everyone have a unifying experience.
Thank you. That is the goal.
The other day you were talking about your relationship for an hour.
What's this?
You were talking about your relationship, a relationship that you were in.
Yeah.
For an hour.
On stage?
Yeah. You're talking about cheating and getting caught and stuff like that. Yeah. And you're doing that for an hour and everyone was with you. And it was people were interested, bruh. And you were just talking, bruh. And it was funny. And then close to the end, you're like, oh, Why don't we ask the person herself? She's sitting right here. And everyone, yeah. And then
you gotta remember, you're also a performer, so you have to. I don't know if you've watched Moulin Rouge. I'm a believer in the razzle dazzle. Like as much as there's honesty and transparency and all these things are good, but you must never forget that you're a performer.
Yeah.
And so the way that you engage people is your job. Do you know what I mean? Whether I was talking about relationships or frogs, it's the same beats, the same things I have to do to keep an audience aware and engaged. And if my trump card at the end is, oh, she's here, it's all part of there's a very thin line between entertainment and authenticity.
Mm-hmm.
And some people misunderstand authenticity as the goal. Like, you find comedians, something happens to them and they're like, can't wait to get on stage and talk about it. Or at least I've got jokes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, you have an experience. Wait with the going up on stage and just telling people what happened.
I've seen people talking, they're like, that story was 100% true and that's why it didn't work.
Yes. It's like, no, because you forget you have to be a person first. You have to experience first before you get to the let me tell them, because by the time you're on stage telling them, you're now in your brain.
Yeah.
You in your understanding. You in your conveying of that's the whole point of the thing about telling people is you have to understand it, then you have to explain it in a way that they understand.
Yeah.
Now you're already 2 steps away from the experience. So sometimes we rush into let me just be honest, and it's like, no, be an artist first.
Okay.
And
so there's times like I've been telling Jen stories now, and I'm like, yo, this is going over so well. It's not even I'm testing a joke.
You mean
like,
in conversation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me just capture this the way I'm saying it now. The order in which I said it now, let me go try it on stage. And then it's like...
Yeah.
These people are not your friends.
Yeah. It is. And it's different. It's like a constant... For me, it's the constant practice. Stand-up comedy is such a... It teaches us very quickly about winning and losing. I think more than anyone else in terms of the arts.
Okay.
If you're writing a book,
you have to wait for it to be
you'll lose every time it's released, which is however long that is. If you're doing a movie or acting. But with stand-ups, we go on such a regular basis that dealing with winning and losing is something we
must do quickly.
We're well versed in.
I was gonna make an example of someone who trades stocks, but yeah, you said arts.
Arts. Yeah. No, I can only speak of my world. So you have to you win and you lose every single day, but that doesn't mean that you're processing how to deal.
Yeah.
With winning and losing. I'm just saying that stand-up comedy is an opportunity for you to grow in that area. Probably quicker than most people.
And have more opportunities you can retake the test a few times.
Then you'll learn those things. It's tricky because when you're young, when you're young and you're watching someone be honest, all you're seeing is the one thing. You don't see the workings.
Yeah.
So you walk away going, I'm gonna be the comic who just speaks his mind. But obviously you don't know that there's mechanics that person has used. There's things that they've learned about their personality and how people respond to them.
Yeah.
There's some people who know that when I smile, it does something to people. That when I'm angry, it does people laugh.
Yeah.
And that's your own individual thing that you have to discover
and figure out
and then use. So, yeah, man, it's really about not just about honesty, but artist first.
Okay. And this is all has to do with you refusing any form of labels because it constricts you and you're now unable to figure out.
Yeah, man. And also, my thing is I want to live. I hate feeling like I can't do or even say the things I'm thinking or want to do.
Yeah.
Like I've built my life in a way, or I'm building my life in a way that that everything I do and say, I can do, and it still lives in the, I don't know what the word is. I was going to say container, but it's not. That is me.
Yeah. Like, you said
The universe,
something,
that is me.
Everyone knows that would come from Tats.
Yes.
Everyone knows.
Yes. Tats would do that.
I hear you. And like, sometimes like, I get jealous, but like even today when you're telling me you were waking up, can you move this thing for 30 minutes? I was so jealous, bro. I was so jealous because I'm like, yeah.
Jealous how, bro?
I have to wake up early, bro. And I'm still late for work, but...
You're still late for work? It's 2 o'clock.
No, I mean, I've been to work. I'm on my lunch break now. Okay. But it's like...
How long is this break?
Don't worry about it. For all we know, I shot this on a Saturday.
Okay, cool. I won't tell if you won't.
So for me, it's like, I just want to wake up whenever I want to. And I can still do everything, bro. Now, yeah, I'm waking up at, let's say, 6 o'clock in the morning to be at work at 8. And most people don't start working until 10 anyway.
Right.
All you do is talk and have tea and coffee until 10 o'clock, bro. Yo, bro. My life is a mess, right?
Already? How old are you, if I may ask?
Just turned 27.
27. You sound like you stuck in the rat race.
What, like midlife crisis vibes?
No, like you in like a corporate. I remember when I started working. Before I started working, I was very aware of the of the rat race, as they call it.
Yeah.
Like the corporate ladder. Like that idea was very. You know those movies, those American movies where the husband wakes up.
Yeah.
He's got a wife, picket fence.
Breakfast is made.
He's got the hat, suit. Then they all go to the bus station.
Yeah.
Like that picture in my head was something that I think I've been fighting my whole life since I realized that I have to work someday.
Yeah.
So I've been very aware of the rat race, and even when I was working, I was like very careful on the things I say yes to, and how much deeper it gets me in the rat race.
Like chasing promotion.
Yeah, like getting a promotion
and setting goals for yourself.
Yeah, I'm gonna be this. I remember I saw my boss once, late evening. I was in advertising, and she has a family and whatever. But I remember her walking past me, like very frustrated.
At work,
late. And that picture was like, if I work hard, I'm gonna be that. Because she was my boss and I was doing well.
Yeah.
And I was like, if I like switch on and start being proactive,
this is where I'd be.
I'm gonna be this person. And then I left advertising, not because I didn't want to be that person, but I didn't know. I didn't have an answer. My answer wasn't yes, I want to be. So I was like, okay, let me take time out to figure out, because if I'm gonna do this thing, then I'm gonna do it. And I just haven't been back since. But you sound like a person who can never quit. Like it's got you now.
Not even, because like even from the beginning, but it's funny because when I was still like interning, so to speak, they'd have like these 6 monthly assessments and progress meetings or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And the first one, 6 months in, they asked me, so where do you see yourself in 5 years? And I was like, I want to be making movies. Like, you're supposed to say, I want to be a manager. I said, like, oh no, after this.
Well, they were like, you mean corporate videos for the department?
But I was like, no, I want to write, I want to make movies. That's what I studied for. Yo, bro, like when I think back, like, that's like so rude to tell people in the interview, like, in 5 years.
But did you get the job?
Yeah.
I mean.
Then like after the 2-year internship, like I got made permanent.
After how long?
2 years. It's a 2 years like fixed contract type of an internship type of thing. Then like my plan was to have saved up by then, and then leave and then do my own thing. Mm-hmm. And at the time, even still now, like to be a filmmaker. I hadn't started comedy yet at the time.
Right. Okay. So filmmaking was your thing.
Yeah.
Hence the
equipment and stuff.
Yes. Okay.
I want to shoot music videos and stuff. Now that I have these things here. But anyway, now like I'm in a place where I never really set my goals for myself there. like I do my job well, and
Yeah.
I think they need me. I'll find out when I leave.
Yeah.
But like I've never like aspired to be a manager. The one time someone asked me, "Oh, why didn't you?" My boss asked me, "Why didn't you what do you call this thing? Apply for the manager post?" And I was like, "What?" Number one, I don't want to.
Yeah.
Number two, I didn't think I was in the running for that type of position. But now all it is like you have to make the jump some other time. You can't like
stay there
because I'm stagnant on purpose. Like
Yes.
if I wanted to, I could have moved up.
Got you.
But now it's time. It's 5.
How long have you been at your job after the 2 years?
It's been 3 years now.
So that's
Going
5.
for 4. I'm about to eat 6 altogether.
Right.
And that's like, it's a better pill to swallow.
Why?
Because I didn't want to.
And
And
now
I feel I'm getting old, bruh.
Is it? You feel you're getting old. I'm turning 35 this month, and the way you said that made you feel older than me.
Yeah, bruh. I think I just need sleep in my life, but maybe I'll be happier.
Oh my goodness.
Just good sleep, bruh.
What's the tension?
I don't know. I don't think I want to be there, bruh. I think I just want to like push comedy, but like I'm also not dumb enough to like leave like a steady income
Right.
for comedy. This right now is not a steady income.
Right.
But like, hopefully I'll put a few sticks together and do the thing. Anyway, thanks for the therapy session.
It's not a therapy session. I was listening to you talk. It wasn't therapy. Damn. Okay.
Anyway,
Sheesh.
you've been touching your face a lot.
Eh?
You've been touching your face a lot.
I am a face toucher.
You know, like stress with the corona, COVID-19.
No.
If you get it, you get it.
I'm not. I'm actually not. It's so crazy. Like, I'm not on social media now for a while. And without getting into it, it feels like, you know, are you vegan or vegetarian anyway?
No, I eat everything, bro.
What do you think about the idea of veganism?
Not eating animal-based products.
For your body, that is.
For your body.
Not
like,
philosophically.
okay, ridding your body of like the toxins that come with meat and all of that. I'm open to it. I just know that like I won't survive.
You won't survive.
I won't. I don't think I can survive without meat. I'm trying to go without sugar. I went
Right.
like 6 hours.
So, okay, even going without sugar, what do you think of that?
I think it's a good thing. I think if you can do it, and if you can live off of, you can live without processed sugar.
Uh-huh.
In a couple of days, your body will start cleaning itself and be able to like process other sugars and utilize them more efficiently. That's what I think.
Yeah, that's what being off social media is like.
And how long does it take?
It's like it took me 2 weeks, but it's like I feel like a vegan when I talk about the effects of it, so I don't, because like I should talk about.
Like I'm off social
Yeah.
media. I don't know if you'll have noticed.
Yes. So I don't talk about it.
But now we are here.
But the only thing I do say about it is it has that effect. It's like an effect you can't explain to someone who's on it, because they're on it.
Yeah, but
Like I remember I saw someone sent me a message, and I saw their profile pic on the thing, and my first thought was, "Wow, I haven't seen this person in a long time." I haven't said that about anyone in probably 10 years. Because I used to see everybody every day.
Yeah.
And then when I saw their picture, I had such a striking moment of, shit, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know where they are.
You were happy to miss someone.
And I didn't even know I missed them. But when I saw it, that was the feeling. Like, it was like a 1990s feeling of, oh, shit, thingy. It was funny. And so, with things like current affairs, and I'm not on the wave. Like, even when you arrived, I was walking in my garden, kicking a ball. I'm that guy now. I'm like super zen, or getting more zen.
Yeah.
Just like even my thoughts are different. The way I think.
I haven't seen you a lot lately. Never mind social media.
And being out, yeah. But it's that. It's like, you know how you go, if you don't take sugar, the blah, 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 and the process, my processing is different. And I'm just enjoying being that person. I've always enjoyed, like, that's why for me, as much things as I can experience, as many people as I can be, I find that to be a worthwhile life, you know?
Yeah, it's also like that label thing, bro. Like, as much as we don't say it, bro, even like, I was thinking, like, in the week, the fact that Instagram took away the likes. Like,
When, this week?
like probably a month or 2 months ago,
Okay.
you can no longer see how many likes a picture has.
Oh, right.
You can only see your own. If you really want to know, you need to go check the list of people who like the thing and count it for yourself.
For other people.
If you want to do it for other people. So like just in a week.
So like I'll see your picture and then
it shows.
click on your likes.
It shows Tats and others like this picture.
Okay. Then you click on others.
Then you click on others, then we'll show you the list.
And
But
that's on someone else's thing.
It's on someone else's
Oh my
thing.
god.
So
And you know what?
can't
There's
see
probably
the
people who
actual number.
do that. Oh, bless them.
My thing was just like, yo, how inconvenient is this gonna be for me now to figure out how well this picture is doing or not?
Right.
Because like probably, if you see 1,000 people like the picture, you'll like it. If you see 2 people like the picture, you would not like it because, yeah, bruh. And you know that the funny thing is that kind of psychology I thought about years ago when I was like, have you ever been with your friends and then you're like, if you were a hobo one day, what would you do? How would you go about your thing? I had like crazy ideas like I steal electricity from the street lights, I'll build my shack this side, I'll have electricity and whatever. I'll be able to do it myself because I assume I'd be smart enough
Right.
as a hobo. Regardless. But my one thing was like the thing that like would separate me from other hobos is that when I beg
Fantastic sentence. That will separate you from other hobos. Yeah?
I'm not just any other hobo out here. Is that when I went to go beg with my cup would always be half full. I'll never go beg with an empty cup.
Okay.
Because now you're begging with an empty cup, it makes the person giving the money like, no, when no one else is giving this person money, it makes me trust them less. But if a beggar's begging with a full cup, bruh, you're like, yeah, let me just join in. My 2 rand won't make any difference really. Like, people don't want to make a big difference in someone's life. People don't want to be that person. You get what I'm saying?
What do you mean? People don't want to make a big difference in someone's life, is what you just said.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like a shyness or like a, you know, like a stage fright type of a thing where you're like, I do not want to be the person that changes your life. I don't want to be that person for you.
Are you sure this is not just you, eh?
No,
Projecting on people.
Disagree with me, but like it's just my thinking. Why
people don't want to change?
People don't want to be the main thing in someone's life, someone's biggest hope. We shy away from that kind of attention, don't you think? You do it for your kids and your family and whatever.
I think
Not all family.
what context? Your conversations are
My
are
context-
tempting, but my logic always makes me go, what's the context? Because people don't want to make a big difference in someone's life.
The context is, I think someone is more likely to put money into a hobo's cup if that cup is already half full.
Okay.
You're fine.
I'm fine.
And the reason I brought that up is with the social media. If I saw there's 5 likes on a picture, I'll wait for there to be more likes before I like it.
Sure. Interesting.
That's like the negativity we try to like run ourselves of, I guess.
I don't know. I don't know this way of thinking you speak of.
You're a new person. You're no more in the social media.
I'm
world.
intrigued. Say this
Must
side.
I close
Let's
this
close, yeah. But they're probably still here from outside, eh?
Yeah, a little bit.
Gonna wait.
Nah, it's cool. I think we're almost done. We're like 40 minutes in now. What else did I want to talk about? Okay. Tats smoking drugs right now.
At home. Is it
At home.
no-
It's legal now. They actually did, what's the name?
At home.
They actually fully legalized it now.
Oh yeah?
Like in the last parliament, but obviously EFF is the biggest news. But like in the last parliament, I think they expanded. I probably didn't hear enough to talk about it, and you didn't hear about it at all.
It's funny.
Either way.
It's funny because I was at so this, right, is genuinely a picture of, it's a picture that people don't see often.
Mhm.
Like I can imagine visually smoking weed.
It happens on America, like Snoop Dogg does it all the time. Like
South Africa.
Yeah.
Name anything
Or
like
anyone that smokes weed
on
camera.
Instagram and social media, all the videos of the people you know who are smoking weed,
None.
right? I'm sure there's a few, but it's something I realize about South Africans and being conservative. Like, I'm not doing anything wrong,
Yeah. You're a grown man.
but there's something about. I'll give you an example of this. So I don't like to perform with things in my pocket. So if I have keys or coins or money or
Yeah.
bank card, and this one night I had a condom, and usually I take the stuff out and put them there and go up on stage. And when I took the condom out, I had this moment of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with it.
Like, I think people would think you're doing it, it was like planned, even though it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. So I was just having a moment of, there's these things that we say are okay, or these things that we, ratify in law and say is okay.
Yeah.
But like our brains aren't ready to accept.
South Africa, like, I think as much as we try to be woke and we have this progressive mindset as like a country as a whole, we don't realize how conservative we really are.
Yeah, that's why I love comedy. Because
Yeah.
it helps. It's like my way of trying to. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to set people free, man. Is what I do with comedy.
Yeah.
I'm honestly trying to. Like the traps, bruh, that we put ourselves in. The jail cells that our minds are under. Oof.
It's like I'm a shy person, but like what I realized, like even like school days, was that like this thing that I'm scared of doing, everyone else is just as scared. And
Right.
if all of us are the same scared, then what's the use of me being scared now? Now it's like
Yeah.
we're just fooling each other now. But then now you do something like comedy, which is a complete counter of being shy or being an introvert
Yeah.
type of person.
You gotta, man. They've gotta see it. And even the people who are quiet, if they just see, it's almost like that representation thing.
Yeah.
If you see someone do something, even if they fail, your head goes, okay, that's a thing that can be done.
Yeah. He thinks like me.
He thinks like me. I've always been for the guy in the corner, or the guy who thinks he doesn't belong. I think that's why my comedy is like how you describe when you say everyone's on the same page.
Yeah.
It's because I've worked hard to achieve that, to have empathy for as many, I guess, people as I can,
Yeah.
so that no matter what I'm talking about, we're on the same page. You might be on, line 1, line 2, you might be but no one's not on here.
Yeah.
And I think that's the magic, man.
Like, this, like the skillful thing is that the stuff you say, one would think that would be divisive. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like the stuff you talk about, like it's supposed to be divisive,
Yes.
but it's not.
Yes.
It's like
sometimes. I just had a gig this weekend I haven't had my material tested like that in a long time. It was very interesting. Because I find I've started to perform in front of people who agree with me.
Okay.
So my material is never really tested. You know, like if you write a joke about a subject.
What do you call that thing? Like a chamber. What do you call that chamber? When you're speaking to people that agree with you, so now your view starts to become like lopsided instead of.
Well, not even lopsided. It's still the message. It's just that it's the choir. I'm preaching to the choir.
Yeah.
Right. So they agree with me. We're all having fun. Everyone's right. And then Saturday I did a gig where same joke, but there were people who disagreed or felt uncomfortable. And so now the strength of the joke was tested with the
opposing force.
With the subjects that I'm talking about. And it was interesting, like, watching that. It's almost like I was proud of my work, of the joke.
Yeah.
Because it stood. You know, they go like this and the mood changes and the room becomes this. That's the energy doing this to your joke.
Yeah.
And you know, some comedians go, hey, okay, I won't talk about that now. That's because the joke's not strong. Or, I guess you guys don't like. It's because you haven't done the work to make it strong.
Joke up, yeah.
So I was proud of how my joke, like that happened, and you know when you're like, no, I've still got punchlines. I've thought about it. Like,
I've still got this.
I've thought about that. That's what I address in my other point later. So it was like, the joke is real. And it was such a different experience. I was like,
killed it, eh?
It wasn't even a killing. It
Smashed
was. Private joke. Yeah, no, it was a real. Yeah, listen.
No, that's cool, man. That's cool. I think we can cut this thing right here. Bring Tats back for season 2. I think I'm a.
Good luck. Good luck with finding anything.
No, that's cool. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe. Tats also has a podcast with Loiso Matinga called I've never heard that word before.
Noko Bays.
Noko Bays, which means like gossip.
Noko is conversation in Xhosa.
Okay. That's gonna be on all the platforms soon.
Yes, you're gonna help me do that, please.
Sure, before I go.
Yes.
Please subscribe. This podcast is on YouTube. This podcast is on Apple Music, Spotify, Iono FM, and a bunch of others that are a bit less important than those ones. But like wherever you want to listen, thank you for watching. Bye.